Hey guys, it's your girl Shadow here. Just wanted to do a quick review on the movie Aquaman. Finally got a chance to get my thoughts together and finally do a review of this film. Aquaman is the next installment of the DC universe. I do not know what they're calling it these days. Aquaman is directed by James Wan, who is pretty much a really big horror genre director, and he's really good at action. And it stars Jason Momoa, and then it has Amber Heard, and it has some other great actors and actresses with Nicole Kidman, which it was kind of my main thing. I wanted to see Nicole Kidman in this. And just to get it out the way, you guys, I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed Aquaman a whole lot. It was adventurous. It was charismatic. It was very entertaining. I went in with it with a little bit over medium expectation because of the director himself. I like Jason Momoa playing Aquaman. I like Amber Heard playing Mira. And I like, pretty much I was really intrigued because I wanted to see what this underwater world was going to look like. How was James Wan going to pull this off? So I went to see the movie with a fellow nerd, and, the crowd and the actual theater that we saw it in was, pretty much packed and had other nerd couples in there. So that was pretty unique. And I just wanted to just touch on some things that I really enjoyed about the film, and then, a couple of my gripes. And this is a non-spoiler thing, so I'm going to go pretty quickly because I can't get too much into detail. But the very first thing that I want to say that I loved about the Aquaman movie was the action and the adventure that it took me on. They visited different places, and it didn't, a lot of it was underwater, like I was hoping, but it also has some touches on the land and things like that. And you kind of got to see the dynamics of how Aquaman brings the two worlds together, the underwater and then the land. But most of all, the action in here was great. The world building was awesome. It was beautiful visually. I was very impressed. The mythology that's involved with the story and the entertaining part of it and the adventure that went with it makes me want to go back and revisit this film a few more times so I can catch little things about things that I may have missed in the actual mythology of this movie. So that's the overall dynamic of it that I got. I want to say that's the biggest thing I got from this movie. The other thing is what I actually enjoyed in this movie was certain action scenes were better than others. This movie grabs you. It doesn't waste any time. It gets into some action very quickly, and I like that. And it has the cohesive beat of giving you a little bit of story and then boom, action. And when the action comes, it hit, boom. It doesn't waste any time. And James Wan really just decided to go all out with this movie on the visual effects and just giving you spectacle. Don't go into this movie thinking you're going to see an Academy Award winning film, but go into it thinking this is a comic book character, Aquaman, who is an underwater, person, and and it's a spectacle. It's craziness in this movie. So expect that. Don't expect this, movie. My thing is, don't expect this movie not to just do things that question science and, logic and things like that. Understand that this is fantasy in a world that we want to try to believe that this could actually be a realistic place. You know what I'm saying? So those are the biggest strengths of the movie without me getting into detail. let's talk about some of the things that I did not care about. The film was pretty much the story and some of the characters. The actors in here, Jason Momoa does fine. I'm sold. He's Aquaman. He's our Aquaman. I'm sold on him. Mira, boom, she's Princess Mira. I'm sold on her. Nicole Kidman as Queen Atlanta, boom, I'm sold. The guy that plays Aquaman's dad, Tom Curry, boom, sold on him. So those 4 beats, boom, 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 good. And all the, the main people, the people of Atlantis and things like that, they were fine. Black Manta, it's kind of, I need to see this a couple more times to see if I really buy Black Manta. To me, he was the weakest of the acting, but I heard people say that he was horrible, and no, Yaya was not horrible. His acting was not horrible. And actually, he didn't really have the cheesy lines that I thought that he could have had. I just think he was being introduced in this to further along the story, but I just didn't really, I wasn't impressed. And I think he was like the bad guy in The Get Down, and I liked him in The Get Down, which is on Netflix, a Netflix original series, The Get Down. I liked him playing that villain more so than him playing this one. And I think it may be a disconnect that I just have a feeling he doesn't understand comic books. And he's just kind of like a beat by beat actor, just playing a part. But he didn't seem like he knew that character very well. But that's just my little take. Other than that, most of everybody else, the acting was awesome. The story and the plot, there were some plot holes in here, and I'm not going to get into, that didn't really touch my heart. And the romances in this movie didn't sell me. I wasn't sold on the romances. And I think that has a lot to do with the director. James Wan is just not one of those directors that I think really knows how to sell a scene that's supposed to be affection and love and devotion and flirtation. Like those type of things. I don't think he really does well with those. So for those points, I wasn't sold on them, but it didn't make me dislike the movie. So overall, Aquaman did its thing for me. It's a win for Warner Brothers, a win for the DC universe, and it just made me want to see Shazam that much more. Because if Shazam has good action and it has good comedic beats and it hits me with the story, then I'm going to like it that much more. And one thing I do want to say about Aquaman is that even though it probably did the best during this weekend, this last 7-day crunch, it probably did the best financially. It was not the best movie of the 3 films that I was looking forward to. And the 3 films I was looking forward to was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It was 4. It was Mary Poppins, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Bumblebee, and Aquaman. And I still haven't got to see Mary Poppins yet. I just have not had the time. And I was going to go today to see it and didn't. So take Mary Poppins out of the other 3 movies, Aquaman is the least favorite of the 3. I pretty much give Aquaman like a 8 out of 10. It did its job. I give it like a B score. 4 out of 5 stars, pretty much. It would probably be my second favorite movie of the DC universe, and mostly because I don't like pretty much none of the other ones, but Wonder Woman. I loved Wonder Woman, and she just still haven't been topped yet. And I just didn't really, Suicide Squad. I was like, okay, I was entertained, but I didn't like it. But if I'm going to say, if you were to ask me, well, Shadow, what movie should I go see? If you only could buy one ticket and go see one movie and you haven't seen any of the 3 movies, I'm going to tell you to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But if you are an Aquaman person, and if you are looking to just get some really good action and some bang visuals and just be able to see something that's just really entertaining on a big screen, I definitely recommend you go see Aquaman. So tell me what you guys thought of Aquaman. How do you feel it? If you've seen all three movies, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Bumblebee, and Aquaman, how do they rank in your, which three, in the three of that I just named, how do you rank them? Which one is more superior? I definitely say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I've seen it 3 times. I've seen Bumblebee once. And I'm going to go see it again with my daughter because I think she's going to love it. She wants to see Bumblebee. She wants to see all 3, but she wants to see Bumblebee the most. And then there's Aquaman. So, chime in, you guys. Put some comments on there. Y'all don't be saying nothing to me, but at least say what's up. Do you like the review? Hit me on a thumbs up. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, but I'm trying to build my channel a little bit. So I'm trying to chunk out these reviews and try to keep them a little shorter. So anyway, it's your girl Shadow. That's my review for Aquaman, non-spoiler. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Good night.